So June, it's an important time, and so what I think about in June and preparing for the following years, tying up any loose ends in terms of hiring. If somebody leaves late in the summer or whatever, making sure we get some quality candidates in there to interview. And also being in elementary school, a lot of people may not understand this, but our schedule is a little difficult than one might think, because we have to take care of all of our SWD students, which in a sense they drive our schedule because we have to make sure they're placed where they need to be in order to meet their needs.
Well, obviously, in high school, also just a very busy time as we try to wrap up the current school year, certifying transcripts and making sure that they're where the seniors needed them, sent out to where the seniors need them to go, and that we are finishing and trying to finalize our master schedule as well for the upcoming year, because we'd like to get those sent out to parents and students by the 1st of July. And so June is so critical in doing that. And then we come together as an admin team to figure out what we did well in the previous school year, and those things that are fresh on our minds about what we need, changes we need to make improvements for the upcoming year. Put some thoughts to paper as to what things we need to do with our leadership team and our staff, professional development, getting ready for back to school in July when the teachers return for pre-planning. And so June is that time where we're kind of doing two things at one time, closing out the current year and also ramping up with the ideas that are fresh in our mind for the upcoming school year, so we can have new and fresh plans made for them.
So I usually I have our instructional coach take notes and kind of recap the year so that we don't miss anything, because I have so many different things going on in my head. I might fail to work on something, so I have other people do some checks, and we like to get together with our leadership team and kind of discuss what went well, what didn't, how do we want to approach the upcoming year. We usually in the summertime send out some sort of I send out a form, asking for people that want to be on the leadership team. So we do sort of an application and to see where they are, because a lot of people just want to come in and teach and do what they're supposed to do and be done. And then we have those that want to be leaders. So we look for those people to help us move forward in the next year. But June is a rat race, but then we got to take care of closing out the year and planning for the next year, because July comes around and then it's full fledged at that point.
Absolutely, because you want to also, make sure you take a moment to recharge yourself, get some rest and relaxation and get enough energy up for the upcoming year. But in order to do that, you really want to make sure you put to bed all those things that need to be put to bed. We also gather data in June from the previous year to compile for our year in review. As a high school, we're constantly kind of in this mode of selling ourselves to our community, to the state, the nation. I'm responsible for our school profile, and that's so critical to our seniors when they apply to colleges. Those admissions offices are looking at your school profile to see what kind of school you are. So we want to make sure we have current, fresh, highlighting every success that we have as a school in that year in review and our school profile. And so June is filled with all those kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because we look at our milestone data and our map data as well to prepare for our beginning of the year meeting to show teachers, okay, here's where we are, so we can have those celebrations at the beginning of the year, because that is important for teachers to see. Okay, how did we end the year? We know we took these assessments. What does that look like? Where do I need to grow? So we definitely look at the data so that we can find those celebrations and have those with teachers. I think that's important.
Absolutely.